What if I told you that the golden liquid you add to your salad or spread on your bread could be one of the most powerful allies in your daily routine, especially when used at night? I'm talking about extra virgin olive oil. That little drizzle we often add without thinking much has now become the focus of scientific studies around the world. And it's no coincidence. Olive oil is being recognized as one of the most functional foods in modern nutrition. But what few people know is that depending on the time you consume it, olive oil can trigger profound changes in your body, and that makes all the difference. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology shows that consuming more than 7 grams, which is over 1/2 tablespoon, of olive oil each day is linked to a lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease, cancer, neurodegenerative diseases, and respiratory diseases. At night, the body goes into repair mode. This is when olive oil plays a significant role, activating internal processes that affect everything from your gut to your brain. Want to find out what happens when you adopt this nighttime ritual? Stick with us until the end, because the benefits are many and the last one involves an invisible risk that almost no one talks about, and it could completely change your relationship with sleep, your weight, and even your energy levels the next day. Do you already include olive oil in your daily routine? How do you prefer to use it? Leave your comment below. 1. Improves cardiovascular health. Cardiovascular diseases are currently the leading cause of death worldwide, and in the Americas alone, they claim around 2 million lives every year, according to data from PAHO, Pan American Health Organization. We're talking about heart attacks, strokes, artery blockages, problems that could often be prevented with simple dietary changes. What makes olive oil so special is its rich composition of monounsaturated fatty acids, particularly the well-known omega-9, a type of fat that helps lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and increase good cholesterol, HDL. Olive oil is also packed with polyphenols, which are natural antioxidants capable of protecting blood vessels against inflammation and damage caused by free radicals. In other words, while many people unknowingly overload their bodies with harmful fats, a simple spoonful of olive oil could be working in the opposite direction, cleansing, balancing, and protecting the heart. And this effect isn't just theory. A review analyzing data from more than 840,000 people concluded that olive oil was the only monounsaturated fat consistently shown to reduce the risk of strokes and heart disease. In addition, a major study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that individuals at high cardiovascular risk who followed a diet rich in olive oil experienced up to a 30% reduction in serious cardiac events. 2. Improves digestion and fights constipation. Who hasn't gone to bed after dinner feeling bloated, with heartburn creeping up, or a sluggish gut? It might seem like a minor issue, but it directly affects your sleep, your mood, and even your energy levels the next day. And that's where a small spoonful of olive oil comes in, and it can do much more than you might imagine. Olive oil helps the body produce more bile, a fluid that aids in the digestion of fats and makes the stomach's job easier. The result? Food moves more smoothly through the system, digestion feels lighter, and that heavy, bloated, reflux-prone sensation tends to disappear. In addition, olive oil acts as a natural lubricant for the intestines. It supports internal movement, improves bowel transit, and fights constipation gently, without the need for laxatives, strong teas, or risky tricks. And it's not just anecdotal. A study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition showed that regular consumption of olive oil reduces constipation in both adults and the elderly. In other words, the effect is real, documented, and proven. If you've already tried everything to get your digestion back on track, but still feel like something is holding you back, adding that nightly spoonful could be the simple habit you've been missing to finally get things moving properly. 3. Proven anti-inflammatory properties. You've probably heard that inflammation is the body's natural response, correct? When you bump your knee, you feel pain and see it swell up. This is your body's attempt to protect and repair. The trouble arises when inflammation becomes chronic and spreads to places it shouldn't be. Joints, intestines, throat, skin. At that point, it stops being beneficial and begins to hurt. That's where extra virgin olive oil comes in, and science backs it up. Researchers discovered that olive oil includes a chemical called oleocanthal, which has a comparable impact to ibuprofen, one of the world's most popular anti-inflammatory medications. The difference is that olive oil achieves this naturally, without the unwanted effects that come with medicines. This study, published in the journal Nature, found that oleocanthal suppresses enzymes associated with pain and inflammation, which are also targeted by ibuprofen. In other words, drinking olive oil on a regular basis provides your body with a light, continual dose of natural anti-inflammatory treatment. And for those who suffer from chronic pain, such as arthritis, back pain, or joint discomfort, this habit can considerably improve their quality of life. A study conducted in Brazil by the State University of Londrina examined people with rheumatoid arthritis who began drinking olive oil and fish oil. The result? Less pain, reduced joint stiffness, and an overall improvement in daily well-being. So that nightly spoonful of olive oil isn't just helping lubricate your intestines or aid digestion. It might also be helping to quietly silence chronic inflammation that your body has been carrying for months or even years. 4. Reduces risk of diabetes. Every year, the numbers related to diabetes continue to rise, and it has become a global warning sign. In the United States alone, according to the CDC, more than 37 million people already have diabetes. And the most shocking part? Another 38% of the population is in a pre-diabetic state, often without even knowing it. When we look specifically at people over the age of 65, the situation gets even worse. Nearly half are already in this at-risk group. But amid this worrying scenario, olive oil stands out as a powerful and accessible ally. A study published in the journal Diabetes Care followed individuals at high cardiovascular risk over 4 years. The group that consumed olive oil daily had a 51% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who followed a diet low in or devoid of this oil. And how does this happen? Olive oil helps the body use insulin more efficiently, prevents glucose spikes, and reduces inflammatory processes linked to insulin resistance. And here's the most interesting detail. Consuming it at night is even more effective, because it's during sleep that the body regulates hormones, including those involved in glucose metabolism. So if you have a family history of diabetes, have been diagnosed with prediabetes, or simply want to prevent it, that nightly spoonful could be a valuable addition to your routine. 5. Anti-aging effects. Wrinkles, fine lines, dark spots. These are the signs of time that everyone eventually notices in the mirror. And while we know that aging is natural, let's be honest, if we can slow down the process even just a little, why not? But what if I told you that a simple spoonful of olive oil before bed could greatly support that mission? That's because extra virgin olive oil is rich in vitamin E, polyphenols, and fatty acids, all of which fight free radicals, those unstable molecules that accelerate the aging of skin cells, hair, and virtually every part of the body. Plus, olive oil acts as a natural moisturizer from the inside out. It helps maintain skin elasticity, enhances radiance, and even contributes to the natural shine of your hair. It's like a liquid cosmetic that you consume without having to apply anything to your face. And there's research to back this up. Researchers from the University of Lisbon found that people with higher olive oil consumption had fewer wrinkles, spots, and signs of aging, even among smokers and those with high sun exposure. In other words, not only is olive oil delicious, but it also helps preserve collagen, protect the skin, and slow down your biological clock. And the best part? It all happens while you sleep. 6. Increases satiety and helps with weight control. Olive oil is not only a powerful anti-aging agent, but it also helps with weight management. The beneficial fats present in olive oil increase the synthesis of leptin, a hormone that tells the brain, "I'm full, you can stop eating." This helps to lessen appetite, limit late-night munching, and potentially prevent blood sugar increases. A study published in the journal Cell Metabolism, the result of a collaboration between Italian and American scientists, demonstrated that unsaturated fats, such as those found in olive oil, nuts, and avocados, naturally increase the production of a molecule known as OEA, oleoylethanolamide, which regulates appetite directly. Before we continue, I've got some exciting news to share. If you enjoy our content and want access to exclusive benefits, become a channel member. As a member, you will unlock some amazing perks like early access to new videos, priority replies to your comments, members-only shorts, polls, quizzes, and special emojis and loyalty badges just for you. Just click the join button and be part of this community that values health and well-being. Your support helps us keep bringing high-quality content for you. 7. Protects the brain. Did you know that more than half of our brain is made up of fat? That's right. And that's why the type of fat we consume makes a huge difference. especially when it comes to focus, memory, and the prevention of neurological diseases. Extra virgin olive oil is incredibly rich in antioxidants and healthy fats like omega-9 and omega-3. These compounds help protect brain cells against oxidative stress, one of the main factors behind cognitive decline. During sleep, the brain enters cleanup mode. It's the time when it eliminates toxins, reorganizes information, and repairs neural connections. And that's where that small spoonful of olive oil before bed can come into play. A study conducted by Temple University in the United States demonstrated that extra virgin olive oil improves memory, enhances learning ability, and protects against brain degeneration in experimental models. Taking it at night amplifies these effects, since that's when the brain performs most of its maintenance. Many people buy olive oil thinking they're doing something great for their health, and in theory, they are. The problem is that not all olive oils sold as extra virgin actually live up to the promise. A large portion of the products on the market are fake, oxidized, or poorly stored, and instead of helping, they can end up doing the opposite, triggering silent inflammation in the body, disrupting hormones, and in more serious cases, even increasing the risk of dangerous cellular changes. This happens because when olive oil is exposed to light, heat, or mixed with other oils, it releases toxic aldehydes, compounds linked to problems in the gut, liver, brain, and hormonal system. Researchers from the University of Milan, in a publication from the scientific journal Frontiers Media, issued a warning. Low-quality olive oil can become pro-inflammatory. In other words, it can cause exactly the opposite effect of what you're hoping for. That's why the most important thing is, choose wisely. Opt for trusted extra virgin olive oils, cold-pressed, packaged in dark bottles, and from brands you know it truly makes all the difference. Now tell us, did you already know about all these benefits of consuming olive oil at night? Have you ever tried taking a spoonful at night? Do you have a favorite recipe with it? If you found this video helpful, please type yes in the comments. Also, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share it with anyone who could benefit from this quote and liquid in their daily routine. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.